Have you ever noticed that the things you can't have always seem the most tempting? Whether it's that dream job you didn't get, the person who barely notices you, or that ridiculously expensive item that's just out of your budget, it all feels so much more exciting because it's out of reach. But have you ever wondered why? What's really happening in your brain? And more importantly, how can you break free from obsessing over what you can't have? Stick around, because I'm breaking it all down for you, right here, right now. It all starts with your brain's reward system. When something is rare or unavailable, your brain releases dopamine, basically your internal feel-good chemical. But here's the twist. Dopamine doesn't just light up when you get something, it surges when you anticipate getting it. So guess what? The chase often feels way more thrilling than the actual reward. This is what psychologists call the scarcity effect. We naturally value things more when they're harder to get. Let me give you an example. In 1975, a psychologist named Stephen Warshall ran a pretty famous study with cookies. He gave people cookies from two jars. One jar was full, and the other had just two cookies. And guess what? Even though the cookies were identical, people said the ones from the nearly empty jar tasted better. Why? Because scarcity makes things seem more valuable. Now, let's talk rejection. Rejection doesn't just hurt your feelings, it literally hurts your brain. In fact, it activates the same part of your brain that processes physical pain. Yeah, being ghosted or denied a promotion feels like a real wound. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Instead of moving on, your brain often doubles down. It tricks you into thinking, if I can just get this thing or win this person over, everything will feel right again. Think of J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. She faced rejection after rejection. Multiple publishers turned her down. But instead of giving up, she kept pushing forward, and today her story is one of the greatest comebacks in history. But let's be real, not all of us turn rejection into global success. A lot of the time, it just traps us in frustration, obsessing over something that might not even be right for us in the first place. Humans tend to believe that the things we don't have will make us happier than what we already have. Psychologists call this the contrast effect. We compare our current situation to something unattainable, making the unattainable seem better. For instance, actor Chris Pratt once shared how he dreamed of fame and wealth when he was younger, thinking it would solve all his problems. When he finally achieved success, he realized it didn't bring the happiness he had imagined. This shows how dangerous the "I'll be happy when" mindset can be. Often the things we crave don't bring the fulfillment we expect once we get them. And guess what? Marketers know this about us, and they use it to their advantage. Companies are very aware of how scarcity affects your brain, and they use it to make you want their products. Think about how many times you've seen limited stock or only two left when shopping online. It creates urgency, making you feel like you need to buy it before it's gone. Apple does this brilliantly. Every time a new iPhone is released, they make sure to highlight how fast it's selling out. This taps into your brain's love for scarcity and makes you want it even more. So, how can you stop obsessing over things you can't have? Here are 3 steps. Step 1. Be aware of what's driving your desire. Ask yourself, do I really want this, or do I only want it because it feels out of reach? Just being aware of the scarcity or rejection effect can help you think more clearly. Step 2. Practice gratitude. Focus on what you already have. Research shows that practicing gratitude, like writing down 3 things you're thankful for, can actually rewire your brain to feel happier and more content. Step 3. Let go of attachment. Sometimes, the best way to move forward is to let go. Buddhist philosophy says we suffer because we cling to things. By releasing your attachment to something unattainable, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters. For example, think about a student who doesn't get into their dream college but later realizes another school was a perfect fit. Letting go can open new doors. So, why do we obsess over what we can't have? It's a mix of brain chemistry, psychology, and some pretty clever marketing. But the good news is, you're not powerless. The next time you find yourself obsessing over something unattainable, pause. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is let go. Focus on the amazing things already in your life, and who knows, you might just find that they're all you really need. If you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and drop a comment below about something you've let go of. See you in the next video.